Hello everyone, welcome back to the Violet Hour. I'm Bilicium and today we are continuing with Corpse Party. Damn, another earthquake! Yuka, grab my hand! It's over. I'm sorry, what? Did you guys see that? I saw that. Did you see that? Wild. Oh, we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, huh? Going back upstairs. Screw that. Okay, nothing changed up here. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. Guys, I don't like it. This is where I die. Nope, okay, we're good. We didn't die. That's cool. I'm so happy we didn't die. That's great. Love that for us. There are skeletal remains of a young girl sprawled out across the ground. Looking closely, she seems to be holding a letter in her bony fingers. Yosuke, I'm so sorry. If only I hadn't discovered that stupid charm. No! No, guys, come on. Did I pick the wrong choice? I took the stupid charm. There's an ID. A junior high student. Good God. Y'all. Is that like foreshadowing, like, hey, if only I hadn't used that stupid charm to protect me, I would have lived, but because I had it, I made a really bad decision to use the stupid charm. I'm kind of getting the vibe that that's what they're telling me. You missed the final bell. You missed the end of school. If you're still here, then you always will be. Well, I mean, that's one way to motivate kids to, like, go to school on time and be... Are you gonna move? Oh, it's to room now. Oh, it's oh, if told if nant igap you're it's oh you ten back ireve off for Fulhes ireve. So what does it actually say? School this about more learn to wish you if through RIF rifle and PAGE page every turn must you cabinet, every of shelf, every shelf of every cabinet, you must turn every page and rifle through if you wish to learn more about this school. The fact that I did that and I didn't have to write anything down, I want an A+ from the gibberish teacher. Oh God, there's more. All right. Oh, I was so proud of myself. Seretu it yib din hebi tifl neb ivha sigasim yanam salwa ishat hat you dep art amosib eve oh who've become who've become 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 tarapid tarped trapped 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 within these walls. Many messages have been left behind by the others. Whoever become trapped within these walls, many messages have been left behind by the others. Carb ilth ot idul a sa sadrol ri et etsu ui yam israk it fo earth, free of the curse. May you use their words as a guide to help break. Again, I still think that I should get an A+ for reading gibberish. I do always say that I know 2 languages. The first is gibberish and the second is English. And I think that just now, being able to read that front and back, I have proven my point. I am a master of the gibberish. I am probably better at gibberish than English most days, honestly. The front entranceway might as well be painted on. It's neither opening nor giving any hints that it will ever open. You didn't write it backwards for me. Victim's memoirs, 2 of 5. Sexy. I'm so cold. I feel like the heat is just oozing out of my body, bit by bit. And then there's that sound that just won't stop. What is it? My ears hurt. I can't focus on anything.
I feel like there's a thin film surrounding my entire brain. I found a dying message next to one of the corpses earlier. It said there's a hallway somewhere in here that changes its size, appearing longer or shorter, pretty much on a whim. I wonder where it is. I hate that I don't feel anything when I see a human body anymore. It sickens me.
So she's sickened by the fact that she's not sickened by the bodies? She's sickened by the numbness, I think is how I'm taking that. It's not... Mad rush past him. Mad rush past him. Oh, he's not moving. A heavy cabinet's collapsed across the floor here. The boards around it are creaking under its weight. Climbing over it would be far too risky. I don't remember where my last save point was. I think we cross its path and then it sees us and then it starts chasing us. That's kind of what's gonna happen.
Why you hurt me? Why and you kill me?
Again, I held my tongue. Cool story, bro.
You pay.
I have scented beads. Would you like some scented beads? I saw you stand up. Dirty husk left behind by the soul. Filthy, disgusting carbon dust. Repulsive bag of meat and tissue. Yet one must scrub and clean it well. Present it at the moment of salvation. For the Lord doth watch over us always. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm sure the Lord is super pleased with your washing of the dusty husk, okay? Let's get the hell out of Dodge. I'm really hoping that ghost isn't going to chase us up the stairs. Infirmary. The door is locked. Oh, thank God. I didn't want to go in there, actually. That's the place I don't want to go. I'm sorry, what? I'm about to get attacked. But also, you notice how there wasn't a giant blood puddle? So I think my theory is correct that this is the past. The past. Oh God, I'm so good with this. I'm so good with this. Yep. Oh, cool. I'm so good with this. I love this. This is wonderful. I love this for me. Science lab. The door seems to be affixed to the wall like a model. It can't be opened. Okay, cool. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. I'm trapped in a tiny little freaking hallway and I can't see. Oh! We're all better now. We're not better. We're better. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, is that okay? All right, I'm gonna stop trying to give you guys a seizure. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of playing with it. Sorry guys. Okay, that has a board. Cool. So we can go up there. And this area is still broken off. So this is still not an option for us. In the before. In the before. In the time before the before. Oh! Kizaka? The skeletal remains of a female student are sprawled across the floor, pinned to what's left of her school uniform, a student ID name tag. Megumi Sugi? Hi. There's something sparkling on the ground. Pick it up? Yes. Unknown key. A rusted brown key has a label on it, but oxidation has made it completely illegible. We've not gone wrong with picking up anything with shiny purple bits so far. We've also not gone wrong with, I don't want to move in case something attacks me. Playing the little, you stand here while I go to the other side of the room. And there's two key things about that I want to point out. One, I feel like they're setting a false sense of security with like repetition. Like if you do something multiple times and you don't get a negative consequence, then after a certain amount of time, you're just like, oh, purple thing on the floor, pick it up, no big deal. And it's just going to be like, game over. Or, oh, this is no big deal. Just stay right here. I'm going to go on the other side and you catch it. And then I leave the room and then I come back and it turns out that her skin has been filleted off of her body because I left her alone in a room with a bunch of angry monster ghost children. I don't know. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting is they've already set the tone of everything is dangerous and you're going to die at all turns. And now they're like, but except for here's a safe space for you. And I'm really afraid they're just going to rip that sense of security right out from under me. Lavatories, boys' room to the left, girls' room to the right. Or to the end of the hall. Big brother. Hmm? What's up? I have to go potty. Oh. Well, the sign says these are the lavatories, so go ahead. I'll wait for you here. Okay. Yuka, sorry to ask, but which one is it? Pee. Gotcha. If anything happens, just yell really loud, okay? Okay. I hate to ask such a personal question, but this place is full of surprises. I need to know how long to wait before getting worried. Honestly, I don't... Boys, the door is boarded up with tightly hammered nails that won't open. I wonder if we're the ones who opened the male's bathroom. What was I going to say? I was going to say that with the situation that we're in and the fact that they're brother and sister, why isn't he going with her? Okay, she's done fast. Hey, done already. Big brother, I couldn't go. Huh? Well, my theory about us being in the past means that there shouldn't be a hanging body in there. So why can't she go? Oh. Seriously? Oh, I see. You physically not able to. There's a nauseating smell emanating from the drain. Hey, I found where you can go to the bathroom. Apparently there's a nauseating smell coming from it already, so nobody's gonna even notice. Numerous teeth are floating in the stagnant water, many with gums still attached. And this one has nothing to say. You weren't kidding. You really couldn't go. Let's try to find another bathroom, okay? Can you hold it? Be nice if the boys' room were an option. At least. Yes. So maybe we're gonna get like we're gonna get one of those nail pullers, and then we will open the boys' restroom for her to use. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's what happens, and then that's why it's open for the other two. Is because we opened it. Literally can do nothing. Got it. Haha, yeah, we're back. Back to this. The door seems affixed to the wall like a model can't be opened. Okay. In the future, your friend will be dead there. Just FYI. Okay. The door is locked. Use the unknown key to open the door. Oh, good. This place has seen better days. I'm so sorry, Seiko. Is that Naomi? Naomi? It was Naomi. Oh. It's an old, broke down space heater. Doesn't look safe to use anymore. But you know what does look safe to use? The save file. Yeah. The handle turns, but not a drop of water comes out. I didn't realize just how thirsty I am. You still didn't realize it. That's the worst thing you can do is realize it. Vast quantities of medicine and tonics are lined up on each of the shelves. Can I can't look at that. Okay. I cannot look at that either, apparently. Okay. There's a blood-spattered notebook on the desk with the word diary written in bold letters at the top. That's new. Like some sort of prop, however, it's practically molded into the desk. It can't be moved or opened. Oh. Okay, I guess that's not new. I thought the blood splatters and the fact that it was a diary was new to us, but okay. Monthly goal, wash your hands with soap. That's the most horrifying thing this game has said yet. What do you mean, monthly goal? You should be washing your hands like multiple times in the day, like daily. Like you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands. You go and touch raw meat, you wash your hands. You play with your dog / cat / bird / turtle. You wash your hands. What do you mean monthly goal? I don't like that. Ew. There's a pair of scissors on one of the shelves, both its blades covered liberally in blood. And they don't even wash their hands! Sorry. There are countless old, expired medicine bottles on the shelves with faded yellow labels.
意外と埃っぽくないんだな、ベッド。
The bed's a lot less dusty than I would have imagined. Naomi said the same thing. Uh-huh.
お兄ちゃん、疲れた。
Big brother. I'm tired.
そうか。お前は少し休んでいくか？
You are? Do you want to take a quick rest before we go, then?
お兄ちゃんも。
You rest here with me too, big brother. If you insist. But I'm not tired. All right, so here's the thing. We just saved. So even if I pick what I think is the wrong choice, we can always just backtrack. But I don't know. Like, all right, here's the thing. I feel conflicted. The first thing that I feel conflicted about is I feel like Yuka has like ulterior motives with her brother. And I don't know if it's meant to read like that or if I'm just reading into it in like a weird way. I do realize maybe I'm just reading into it in a weird way. But I'm getting very strong I'm into my big brother vibes that I don't particularly like. I feel a little ick about. So the whole if you insist makes me feel like I'm gonna get one of those weird cutscenes where like she tries to like, I don't know, come on to me, and then turns out she's possessed by like a ghost, and then she eats my face. That's that's my initial feeling, is that if I actually lay down in the bed with her and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna take a nice little nap, everything's all nice and safe and hunky-dory, that she's gonna end up possessed and just be like, and tentacles are gonna come out of her mouth and they're gonna go into my like earlobes and my nostrils, and I don't know, it's gonna be bad. That's my feeling, right? But then my other option is, but I'm not tired, so I'm gonna not lay down with you, which then is gonna give me the opportunity to walk around and explore, which then makes me think I'm gonna end up having to, like, I don't know, trigger some sort of a scene, which means that we're gonna get separated and then she's gonna die because I left her alone in the infirmary with the weird black misty monster. Like I said, we just saved, so it doesn't matter even if it's a good choice or a bad choice. So I'm gonna go with what feels safe. If you insist, feels safer. So I feel like that's the one I want to go with because I feel like that's the trap. Maybe. If you insist.
仕方ないな。ちょっと休むか。
If you insist. It certainly can't hurt to lie down for a bit. Uh-huh.
お前一人にするのも心配だしな。
I'd be worried leaving you here by yourself anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm hungry. Uh-huh.
ああ、空いたな。
Yeah, me too. Uh-huh.
今何時かな。お母さんのご飯の時間じゃないかな。
I wonder what time it is. Feels like it's probably time for dinner. With Mom.
時計止まってるからわからないな。
I'm not sure. My watch stopped a while ago.
帰りたい。
I want to go home.
大丈夫だ。絶対に脱出するぞ。
Don't worry. We'll get home. We'll find a way.
ナオミやヨシキたち、仲間と合流できれば、きっと何かいい方法が見つかるさ。
Once we meet up with Naomi, Yoshiki, and the others, I'm sure we'll come up with something.
あいつらだってきっと今頃脱出の術を探っているはずだ。
They're all probably looking into possible escape routes themselves right now.
合流した時に恥かかないように俺たちも頑張ろう。
So we'd better keep up in the search too, or else we'll look like slackers by the time they find us.
なんとかなるさ。
That noise was very unpleasant. Either way, it'll work out. I know it will. Oh God. Okay, if you really believe that. I'm so not comfortable with the situation at all, and her turning towards me and like the fact that like the beds make noise when you move. Then I'll believe it too. Uh-huh.
ゆか、
Yuka.
きっとなんとかなる。窓も開かないこんな状況で。
It'll all work out. Huh? We can't even open the windows here, much less get outside.
それはしかし、現実を突き崩すだけの力を持たない。紙のように薄い言葉だ。
I basically just told her we can circumvent reality. Nothing but empty words. Thin as paper.
だが、それでも今は生きるために信じる。
But I guess it's the hope of escape that gives us a reason to keep going. To keep living.
盲目的にただ希望だけを信じる。
All we
今
can
の俺たちにできることは
all we can do.
しかないから。
I'm so sorry. He was being so dramatic with dramatic pauses, and I didn't know. I ruined it. I ruined it for him. All we can do is tell ourselves we'll find a way out and pray that it actually happens. Yoshiki! You're alive! Or maybe this is before. No, it's got to be after. He got hit in the head. Right? And then was dragged away. Oh. Where am I? Oh. God. My head is pounding. Oh no, don't kill him.
いい加減にしろよ。
Oh, it's you. Where the hell did you take me? Oh my god.
篠崎はどこだ？
Where's Shinazaki? I'm not good with that. Oh.
くそ、足が。
My I can't stand up. Oh no. God damn it. There we go. Ah. Satoshi just witnessed his friend's execution. Awesome. Well, I guess that's 3 down.
しまった。うとうとしてしまったか。
Damn. I nodded off.
何やってんだ俺。本当に寝てどうするんだよ。
What am I doing? This is no time to be sleeping.
お兄ちゃん。Big brother?
I'm sorry, what was that noise? This isn't home.
Yuka, 泣くな。
Don't cry. Don't cry. Yuka, it's only going to be a little longer. I promise. When we get back, I'll buy you some rock candy, okay?
The green kind? With the sweet red bean flavor?
ああ。この前食べたがってたろ。
You bet. I know how much you've been craving it. Okay. I'll be good.
よし、偉いぞ。こいつは食べ物だな。
That a girl. I think it's supposed to be at a girl, like, you know, like way to go. I've never seen the phrase that a girl before. That a girl. I think it's supposed to be at a girl, which is, I guess, a similar derivative, but it's kind of like a, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys have ever seen that phrasing, that a girl, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious. Like I said, I've never seen it phrased that way. I'm kind of assuming that it's supposed to be at a girl. At a girl. Food gets her every time.
ナオミのやつが心配だ。篠原か誰か仲間と一緒だといいが。
I'm worried about Naomi. You really think about her a lot, don't you? I hope she's got someone to keep her company. Shinohara. Or anyone, really.
あいつ気強いけど、心はそれほど頑丈じゃないからな。
She may be strong-willed, but she loses heart really quickly if no one's there to keep her grounded.
さあ、行こうゆか。立てるか？
Come on, Yuka. Let's go. You can stand, right?
大丈夫。
Uh-huh. I'm okay now.
疲れたらまた休みに戻ってこよう。
If you get tired again, we can always come back. Okay. She jumped over us. What? Oh my god, we can save. Oh my god, we can save. But also, we're gonna backtrack and we're gonna pick the other option while we're here. No. What I want to do is I want to go... yeah, we're gonna exit. But I'm not tired.
いや、俺は疲れてないからいいよ。
I think I'll pass. I'm really not very tired right now.
脱出の糸口を探してくる。お前はちょっと休んでな。
I'm going to try to find a way out of here. You stay and rest. I'll come back for you in a little bit, okay?
じゃあゆかも行く。
No. I'll go with you.
え、お前疲れてんじゃないのか？大丈夫。
疲れてなんかないもん。
But you said you were tired just to... No, I'm not tired.
何怒ってんだよ。
What are you getting so worked up about? It's not like we're trapped in a parallel dimension in a cursed realm with ghosts that are trying to kill all of us and slowly drive us mad so that we fight against each other. Why would you be so worried about being left alone in an infirmary with a ghost that is a giant black blob that actively hunts you down? I don't understand. Oh. That's different. There's a section of old newspaper on the floor. Read it. Yes. Heavenly Post, 4 children abducted and killed. Follow-up report. The brutal, shocking deaths of the recent kidnapped grade schoolers have now been traced back to the hands of the instructor found in the room with them. A large pair of sewing scissors were found in his possession, and these were confirmed to be the tool used in removing the victims' tongues, ultimately leading to death through excessive bleeding or choking. One of the victims even had the majority of her head slowly and methodically removed. This carnal mass was found on the floor next to her body. Of these children, one was... When investigators arrived at the scene of the crime, she was... But somehow... The head... The newspaper is torn at this point. The bottom half of the article is missing.
お兄ちゃん、この写真の子。
Big brother. The children in this picture.
ああ、この赤い服の女の子と
Yeah. That's the girl in the red dress.
半ズボンの男の子はさっき見かけたな。
And the boy wearing shorts. He's the one we saw earlier. Someone seems to have made notes in the margins of the article using a red pen. Friends killed by spirits of children. Law? Purpose? Spread of the curse. Gathering? Interesting, and there's like a little checkbox next to it. Friends killed by spirits of children. Law, purpose. Spread of the curse. Gathering. Children with no tongues. Girl with top of head missing. Girl in red dress. Child victim. Grudge. Gave shape to school building. Escape. Interesting. am now 100% unsure of which path is the right path because I can't take this anymore!
篠崎の声だ。行こう、ユカ。
That was Shinazaki's voice. Come on, Yuka, let's go. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm not sure because there's blood on the ground.
なんだこれは。
What is it? The floor is stained with a sticky red residue, as if something, or more likely someone, was dragged down the hall. Oh! There's a metal tool of some sort lying on the ground here. Pick it up? Yes. Nail puller! Picked up in the second floor hallway. It's a plain rusted nail puller made of iron. What was I gonna say? Oh, maybe because we went to sleep, Yoshiki died, but because we didn't go to sleep, now we're gonna find him. Which way is the blood going? Maybe north? I think he was pulled backwards though. I know there was a place where we needed a nail puller, and I don't remember where that place is. Oh, the bathrooms! The bathrooms for my sister. For Yuka! Come on, Yuka, we're gonna open the bathroom for you. Use the nail puller to remove the boards? Yes.
よし、ユカ。もう我慢しなくて済むぞ。
All right, Yuka, it's all yours. No need for you to hold it any longer. Good. That's a relief. There are no stalls. So what now? Do you have to go really bad? Huh?
俺外に出てるからさ。我慢できないならその辺でしたらどうだ?
Well, if you can't hold it any longer, then how about I wait outside and you do whatever you gotta do? No, I'll keep holding it.
そうか。無理するなよ。
Okay,
仕方ないことなんだから。
but don't strain yourself. When you gotta go, after all. Yeah, I don't know why she can't pee, like, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to ask these questions. There's a thick crust of mold and mildew formed around the edge of the mirror. Just beneath being near it would make anyone feel diseased. Well, that's not very nice. There's a nauseating smell emanating from the drain. Look, you could pee there. There's a thick crust of mold. You could also pee there. Look, you could pee there. The urinals are filled with an extremely unsettling amount of blood. Those who choose to ignore the darkness that dwells in the hearts of man may be stuck forever in a loop. For in this world, there are some truths that simply must be known, no matter how disturbing. But curiosity can be deadly, and other truths are best left untold. Beware the message of the dead, for there be curses among them. Curses that can crush even the strongest wills, demolishing all semblance of reason. If you wish to protect your sanity, Take heed. Do not let your curiosity get the better of you. Do not read the victim's memoirs to their conclusion. Yeah, like I would ever do that. Totally doing that. Victim's memoirs, 3 of 5. Let's go, people! Mitsuharu really isn't anywhere to be found, is he? I guess it's true. I'll probably never see him again. But I may have figured out a way of getting in contact with him. At least, he left me a message on the teacher's desk in one of the classrooms. Looks like even when we're in different spaces, we can still communicate that way. But it's not enough. There's no warmth to be felt from the writing. There's no warmth to be felt from the written word alone. I miss our flight. I miss our fights, our impromptu wrestling matches. But it's not just the physical contact. What I want more than anything is to see his face again. I just want to be able to see him around and make small talk, ask him how he's been and what he plans to do after school. Those simple, everyday interactions are some of my most precious memories now. What I wouldn't give to have those days back. Funny what runs through your head when you're trying to make frostbitten fingers move without cracking off. In addition to blood, this particular urinal features a sickening cocktail of vomit and feces. Well, isn't that just lovely? So apparently she can't use the urinals. We can do nothing in here. This was like 100% a waste of time. But our nail puller isn't destroyed. We can use it again. Huh? Sounds like a camera. Yo, who's taking pictures of me? I had to check the dead end first just to make sure. Somebody taking pictures of me, huh? Oh, I'm not moving. Morishige.
森重、お前無事だったのか。
Oh, Morishige, you're okay.
持田。お前も無事だったのか。
Mochida, you as well.
安心したよ。クラスのやつがいて。
I'm so relieved to see someone else from class.
なあ。
Yeah. What is this? Was it a person?
見ていられないよね。多分それ人の粉砕した。
It's an awful sight, isn't it? Seems like pulverized human remains to me.
胸部の肉が見えたから多分女性。
There's a bit of breast meat mixed in, so I'm guessing female.
嫌なものを見た。吐き気がするよ。
Never thought I'd see something so horrific. Makes me want to throw up. Yeah.
無事でよかった。他の奴らにはあったか。
At any rate, I'm glad you're alright. Have you found anyone else?
いや、
さっき気絶から覚めたばかりで誰とも。
I'm afraid I haven't. I only just woke in here a short while ago and haven't encountered a single other soul.
そうか。こっちも妹のユカ以外誰も見ていない。
Same story as us, then. My sister and I haven't come across anyone else yet.
じゃあマユにも会っていない。
So, you haven't seen Mayu then?
ああ、
No, sorry.
あいつきっとどこかで震えて。
That poor girl. I'm sure she's in here somewhere, shivering and crying.
俺がそばにいてやらなきゃいけないんだ。
I need to find her. I need to be with her.
確かに。鈴本はきっとお前に会いたいだろうな。
I'm certain Suzumoto must be thinking the same thing about you.
どうする？一緒に探すか？
How about we look for her together?
いや別行動の方が他のやつとの遭遇率も上がるし。
No. If we're split up, that raises the odds of stumbling upon someone else.
もう少し探してみるよ。
So I'm going to continue the search by myself.
わかった。じゃあ後で1の A の教室で落ち合おう。
Alright. Then how about we designate classroom 1A as an official rendezvous point?
誰かに会ったらそこに集合するように伝えてくれ。
If you find any of the others, tell them we'll all be gathering together there.
俺たちもそうする。
And we'll do the same.
気をつけろよ。
Sound good?
わかった。
Sounds like a plan.
何あれ、お腹の運び。
Big brother? What is that? Is it throw up?
大丈夫だ。見ないようにしよう。さあ、行こう。
It's nothing. Don't look at it, okay? Come on, let's get out of here.
あの人、さっき、
That boy, he was taking...
行こう。気のせいさ。
I'm sure it wasn't what it looked like. Come on, let's go, okay? Okay. All right. My brain is so confused right now. And there's a couple of things, right? So he's taking a picture of Mayu. Does he know that it's Mayu? Yeah, I feel like he has to know. He has to know that that's his friend that got smashed. And like that's why he's taking the picture, right? Is like is he maybe possessed by the killer? Like the smell of raw human flesh is wafting through the hall. It's extraordinarily strong. Yes, maybe don't breathe it in. Got it. Yeah, like maybe he's been possessed by the killer and well, that's a fun noise. I want to say that's the thing, is that he's been possessed by the killer And we're gonna save that. Yes. Yeah, he's been possessed by the killer, and so like he's like taking pictures of his victim, maybe. But then like there's the other part of him that's still like the school boy who like loves his friend, and so like he doesn't realize that it's her, and so he's like, oh, we need to find Mayu, I wonder where she is, la 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 la, all is right in the world. And then the other part of him is like, I killed my friend. You know what I'm saying? Where are we? Yeah, and the ghost boy isn't here anymore. Okay, so that's all backtracking. But also the ghost boy's not there, which makes me feel good. What?
廊下が伸びている
The hallway got bigger. Oh, this is the expanding hallway. Oh. It's the body of a female student. Attached to her breast pocket is a white student ID name tag.
千早ちゃん、ナーナちゃん、無事でいて、不甲斐ない先輩でごめん。
Chihaya-chan, Naina-chan, stay safe. I was a disappointing senior. I'm sorry. Hmm.
千早ちゃん。
Aww. Exit to second wing. The door is locked. Okay, well, we have an expanding hallway. I'm sorry? Excuse you? So we need to find a key. We're gonna go back the way we came. Hey, look, a bucket. Okay, she doesn't want to pee in a bucket. Got it. I feel like at some point she's gonna pee in that bucket. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a thing. And she's gonna be so happy that she chose to pee in a bucket. And I am gonna support her in her mission statement. Yeah. No way to open it, huh? Use the nail puller you found to smash the glass. Yes. Yes, the glass door is now in pieces on the floor all around you. You found a cabinet in classroom 1A. Has a golden sheen and a very distinctive shape. Acquired a tiny key. Regrettably, the nail puller broke on impact as well. Seems its usefulness has come to an end. Okay, so that was used twice. Can I use the tiny key? No. Okay. Well, don't say I never tried. Because I tried, okay? I tried. Save point. I can save there, right? Okay, nothing new. Doesn't look like there's anything new over here either. Okay. I don't 100% know. We found a tiny key. So the tiny key's got to go to something, right? So that still says the same thing. Let's head north. A heavy cabinet collapsed across the floor here. The boards around are creaking under its weight. Climbing over it would be far too risky. Okay, so we can't do that either. So maybe in here? Gibberish? Okay. We read this one already. Yeah, this is 2 of 5. Okay, and we can't do anything that way. Okay, so that's the extent of that. So there's nothing south of us. We can't go north. Huh. So maybe we go back this way again. I'm not 100% sure what we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to do what we're supposed to do. Maybe the tiny key works in here. Okay, he's still thirsty. Tiny key in the shelf. Okay. Okay. Nope, okay. Tiny key does not open the science room. This way is still blocked. Still blocked. Okay. What does the tiny key go to? So strange. All right, I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Huh. I'm wondering if there's something specific we need to be doing. Like, if there's a sequence of things we need to be doing. Like, okay, didn't make any. The door is locked. The tiny key seems to fit the lock perfectly. Use it? Oh, the tiny key. It all makes sense now. The door to the second wing is now unlocked. Oh, well, that was easy enough. Oh, we're back here. It's freezing out here. A second wing, huh? Can't believe the school is this big. Are you all right?
I'll be fine.
Maybe there'll be a faculty bathroom in the second wing. Seems like we could climb this fence pretty easily and get the hell out of here. But look at those woods. It's like they go on forever. And they're completely surrounding this whole building, even though we haven't been able to see outside because it's so dark from any of the windows. And we've only been on this side of the building, which means that the other side of the building could be completely open. But you know, completely surrounding this whole building, as a matter of fact. Yep. I guess now, not the time to be worrying about that. Anyway, first things first, let's take care of Yuka's predicament. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Dude, like right there. You see that? That's a bush. You go pee in the bush. You come back over if you really want to. But honestly, you go out there, you go pee in the bush, and then you just keep going. Never come back, never look back. Whoa! This place doesn't feel right at all. The air, it's really thick.
Oh, Big Brother, my head hurts. It feels like it's gonna split open.
Mine too. And my ears are ringing. I don't think it's safe to be in here for very long. Do you want to wait back in the main building, Yuka? I definitely get the feeling you'd be safer there. No, please. Take me with you. I don't want to be by myself. Don't have much of a choice then. All right, no need to worry, okay? I'll stay right by your side.
Okay.
Cool. So glad we made that decision. Words on wall 2. So dipped ngawek yo st. Huh. Interesting. Well, it's not backwards because EHA. Maybe the 2 has to mean something. I don't know what the 2 means though. I don't know. That's a weird one. And I'm gonna have to think about that to kind of figure out what that's supposed to be or mean. Because it's not vertical either, because it's like A something E. HD means nothing. EBO. If it was ABO, then we could move it over to the TT and it'd be Abbott, ABOTT. SNC, WC, OGD. None of that makes any sense. Backwards, DCC, TOE, GWN, TBD, OS, EHA. None of that makes sense. And then there's a 2. So I'm wondering if it's like every second letter. So like H blank, S blank, O blank, B, N, G, E blank, T, C. You know what I mean? Like if it's every like second letter, then it's H blank blank blank, B W, no, BN, sorry, BN, BNG blank. Yeah, it doesn't make sense either. I don't know. But there's your puzzle for today if you so decide to try to figure it out. And I'm going to end the episode here. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It was a ride. It was a lot of fun doing all the voices. I really like doing the opening cutscene and all of the wailing and screaming. This one was interesting, and also the fact that neither of my 2 choices seemed to really be a quote-unquote bad choice. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think that I should have stuck with staying asleep in the bed? Because it looks like Yoshiki dies if I stay asleep in the bed. We could play that track a little bit further down to see if it kind of comes to a resolution. But I kind of think it doesn't. I think that we saw everything that we were going to see. The one section, he dies in my dream, and then there's kind of a red sputter on the corner of the screen, but then no paper. Whereas when we decide not to sleep, we don't see Yoshiki die, which sort of makes me think that we don't actually fall asleep, and then there's a period of time where he ends up dying. But actually, we're still actively able to maybe find him before he dies. And then also that there's a newspaper that seems to give us further information on the killer from, what are they trying to say it was, 40 years ago or something? I don't remember when this game is supposed to be taking place, like what time frame it's supposed to be taking place and when all of that connects. But yeah, and then outside of that, I don't know. The friend taking the picture of the other friend's dead body is very weird to me. Like, what is happening with that situation right there? Is he possessed? Did something like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna save up at the top. Yeah, all of that's super, super weird to me. And like, I'm not really sure where to put it or how I'm supposed to kind of interpret that. And I think that it's on purpose, trying to maybe create dissension amongst the friends, because the one ghost was like, you have a brave and noble heart and you want to save everyone. Not everyone may be savable, kind of thing. And then it's like, don't lose that brave and noble heart. Don't lose that desire to save everyone, kind of thing. And so I'm kind of thinking that like the madness causes you to start like doubting your friendship with other people. Like you're like, wait, why is he like taking pictures? Like, why is he being so weird? You know, and then same thing with like Yoshiki and Ayumi. You know, she started like having like these weird conversations with herself. Like she was like going insane. But then another ghost was like, oh, she's possessed. There's nothing that can be done about her being possessed, you know, like, and then it turns out there is something that can be done about it. And it has to do with being compassionate and still caring about the person and showing your feelings to them. So like we were kind of quote unquote able to save her from going mad and killing us. And I'm wondering if it's the same thing with the boy with the camera, is like, it's meant to create dissension and confusion and make you kind of pull away and be like, oh, you're crazy. But then like if we, I don't know, find him again and then pull him in somehow, then we will kind of prove to like the ghost children that friendship is strong enough to save ourselves. I don't know, like does this story seem like it would have that kind of like altruistic messaging as like the undertone, like friendship can save us from the most dire of situations, or it can stave off insanity? Because I could see that sort of being the messaging, but also I feel like I'm being a little too hopeful or optimistic with where the game is going. I don't know. So many questions, so many thoughts. I could be here all day speculating. I'm sure you guys, if you are into these kinds of games and if you've been in any of my other previous playthroughs, you also have a million questions that you're kind of running through your mind as well. And maybe you even have some insight that I don't have. But yeah, it is an older game. So obviously, I don't know that there's really any worry about spoilers. But do try to be considerate of people who maybe it's their first time. If you're going to leave a comment, you know, don't outright spoil what's going on in the chapter or the next chapter or the entire game. You know, there will be people who've never played it or experienced it. So try to minimize any kind of spoilers. But if you have speculation, if there are things that maybe you can allude to without outright spoiling it, leave me a comment and I'll try to read through it. I love hearing what you guys' opinions are of these games and your little theories, like your theory craftings, right? But that's going to do it for this one. I hope that you guys all enjoyed. I hope that you will join me again in the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.